When Mrs. Akers bought the gatehouse at Tarleton, which had stood without any tenants for so long, sufficient was already known about her past history to entitle her to friendliness and sympathy within our lively little town. Hers had been a tragic story, and the account of the inquest held on her husband's body, when, within a month of their marriage, the younger man had shot himself before her eyes, was recent enough and fully reported in the newspapers as to enable our close community to remember the salient grimness of the case without the need of inventing further detail. The gatehouse is within a stone's throw of our modest little dwelling, and when, on the return of my wife and myself from 2 months in Scotland, we found that Mrs. Akers was installed as a neighbour, Madge, of course, lost no time in going to call on her. She returned with a series of pleasant impressions. She thought her charming, and witty, and good-looking, and friendly, and wonderfully well-dressed. Yet, behind all her grace, and agreeableness, and charm, and good looks, Madge suddenly felt there was something else which she detested. She felt a horror. Nothing vivid, nothing close, you understand, but somewhere in the background. The old and sinister legend about the gatehouse came into my mind as accounting for the experience of which Madge reported. It was surely those unaccountable sights which the previous tenants claimed to have witnessed in the panelled parlour before they swiftly vacated 3 years previous, to which she was sensitive. I suggested this to Madge, and the proposition lifted her mood. But as we later welcomed this widow into our own home, I too experienced an unexpected and curious unease in the presence of the handsome and entertaining Mrs. Akers, which I could not dismiss. Does this relate to the gatehouse's past, or is something else abroad?